And of course bringing you the action, which is going to be kicking off around about 1:30 this afternoon here down at Vazon, talking to the riders, some of the mechanics, and now I've got the commentator, which is great news to see you are.
I'm Colin Martin from England, and this is my fourth time over here for the Sandays Championship. It's an event that gets better and better every year, and the interesting thing today, there are so many young riders over here that have never been before. And obviously if you can get those being happy over here with the racing, they're going to come again. We've got some 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, and they are the lifeblood of not only the sand racing, but the grass track back in England as well. You know.
What sort of age are they starting off at?
Well, the auto cadets can start off at 6 years of age. I mean, I can think of James Wright that's riding here, and he well won it today. He's just returned back on the grass track from the Speedway. And I saw him with his brother Charles, who rides for Swindon in the Elite League in England. He started off as an auto cadet, and I watched him come right through as that bike that was an auto cadet. Callum Walker, who's racing here today, 2 years ago, he was British Youth Intermediate Champion, and he's only 16 years of age. James Shanes is 18, and he was a member and sat over my shoulder as the team manager of that squad. First time ever, England won the World Team Cup of grass track. They beat the Germans in their own country, which was a tremendous feat, and James went over for the first time, and obviously he will learn a great deal from that. So it just shows how quickly you can progress from being a youth rider into being one of the stars of the country.
Now these are the 500cc's. What about on the sidecars?
Sidecar, well, I mean, again here today, I mean, you've got the reigning Masters champion Rod Winterburn and Liam Brown. They are an absolutely fantastic crew, and also here is Gareth and Billy Winterburn. Now Gareth is Rod's son, and last year in the British Masters Rod won it and his son finished third, and that's the first time ever father and son. We've had father and son combination where the son has been the passenger, but never before have two drivers from the same family been on the rostrum in the British Masters, which is the equivalent of the British Championship. You've got Robbie Wilson here, of course, the defending champion. Robbie's interested on some BMW machinery this time for the first time ever, and he's got it all sorted out ready for today. You've got Neal Owen, that superb sounding Godden. If you listen to that, it's absolutely beautiful. And of course one of the up and coming stars is Shearer and Sam Bond. This is about their second year on the grass, and they are a crew to watch. They are coming on leaps and bounds all the time. They're very, very fast and spectacular crew.
Now I said there's a lack of females in this sport. What's going on?
Well, we used to have I mean, there are a couple of lady riders back in England, Sophie Flint, Laura Bocking. They go in the 250s. There are a couple of little girls in the youth rate thing, but we used to have a young lady called Terry Massingham, who was extremely good on the 250s, made a final virtually every meeting she rode in. She's left to have, she's now got a young family, but when she family grow up, she is hoping to come back again, you know. But we don't have the number of lady riders we used to, but like everything else, it's expensive, you know, the rewards are not over great, and basically both the male riders and the female riders do it for the love of the game.
Love and fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, tell the listeners why they need to come down here today. What are they going to get?
You've got to come down because, I mean, you've got to think these lads have got no brakes. I mean, I don't know how.
I was going to say brains then.
Well, that's probably a good point as well. I mean, it's going to be so fast. They'll be doing 90 miles an hour in the straights. The sidecars will be equally as quick. And I mean, if you get 4 or 5 sidecars going into the bend together, it really is an awesome sight. They will not give an inch. They are absolutely fearless. I mean, they are absolutely fantastic. Anybody that's in the area with a beautiful day like today, please come along. Stand on the wall, it's going to cost you absolutely nothing, you know, to get entertained like that with the speed of the racing and see some of these youngsters that are coming through. They too are fearless. They're 16 years of age, they haven't got a nerve in the body, and they're going to be absolutely flat out today. Because if they can win this, it's going to be another thing to their CD, isn't it? You know, it's become an ACU event. And it's like with young Zach retaining his British 250 title last year. It's on a 500 today, but it all goes on to the CD.
It's going to be great down here at Vazon. You've got to come down and enjoy it. The weather's good. We've got this little breeze, which is nice. Now, grass track and sand. I mean, it's the same kind of bikes. You go to both. We haven't got a grass track. Well, we've got a small grass track up at Primal. But Is it just the same tyres? Are they changed the tyres or anything for this?
They would be the same tyres, wouldn't it, Mitch, today?
Yeah, mate.
Mitch, come over.
Come on, Mitch. Yeah, Mitch Godden is with me here with us now. Yeah, come in, Mitch.
We're just going
He knows more about the technical than I do.
I'm saving my energy at my age.
He's saving his energy. Mitch, welcome to BBC Radio Guernsey.
5 times winner, I think.
Five times winner?
Yep, yeah. He's 5 times. 2006, 2007. Local lad Anthony Bougourd won it in 8. I won it in 9, 10 and 11.
Right.
And then
tell us a bit about your bike.
But no, the bikes are they're exactly the same as what we run at home. Obviously we run a bit more silicone on various different places and around the spark plugs and stuff like that, just to try and stop the water cutting the bikes out and bits and pieces like that. The main difference today from a track at home is really the size. We can run a big track on the beach here, so we're pulling a lot faster gear. The actual setup of the bike is very, very similar with the carburation and the engine setup. It's just really the back sprocket which determines how fast we go. So,
have you got a preference? Are you grass or sand? Is there a preference for you?
I don't really mind. I've got a reputation in Germany as the Scheisserbahn specialist.
Okay, yeah.
So I kind of like the tracks that everyone doesn't like, and if when people are finding it tough, I've been doing it a long time, and I tend to kind of excel when people are trying to, they're sort of falling by the wayside. But when on a track like today, it's very even. It's a very level playing field. I think when you come here for the first time, some of them are going to have problems today.
Right, yeah.
But it's an absolute dream to ride. I mean, for us coming off a bumpy grass track, or sometimes when we're racing in Germany, there's so much roost and the visibility's bad, and you're racing right up against fences all the time. To come here with the openness of the Vazon beach is absolutely brilliant.
And what a beautiful setting as well. I mean, this is gorgeous, isn't it?
It's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, this is my 10th year on the island. I came in 2006 for the first one. It wasn't a British Championship then, but it was very similar to how it is now, but it's slightly less controlled and a bit more fun. But they've made it a British Championship, and it's now a title. And I'd dearly love to win it again.
Podium finish today then?
I'm good enough to win it.
Yeah.
My bike's good enough to win it, but so's everyone else.
Fingers crossed on that one, we've got to say, fingers crossed. Best of luck with that later on as well. Go back to the commentating. I mean, you do it all over the UK, you go over to Germany as well?
No, this is the farthest I get away. I used to go over the Speedway, but I do it all over the UK. I was at the British Championships at Cheshire last week. In a couple of weeks' time, I'm right down the bottom of Cornwall for a round of the 500 Super Series of the 500 sidecars. Got the Upright Championship. I should be doing it Hayes in Southall by Aylesbury on the 26th of July. There's not many Sundays when I'm not out, but no, I don't. They have their own commentators over there. I haven't, like I say, I have been abroad commentating with the Speedway, but not with the grass. Yeah.
Where's it for you, Mitch, after Guernsey?
Well, I've got next weekend we've got a local meeting in Kent, but I'm racing on a sidecar that weekend. Which, my wife's not very happy about. And then the weekend after that we're in Holland for the European solo final. So that's a major weekend for me. But I think we've got to do. We're in Holland on the Saturday night, and then we're in Cornwall on the Sunday. So I don't know how much driving I'm doing and how much sleeping I'm doing, but come Sunday night we've had it.
Yeah, you certainly have. Hey, listen, best of luck in that, and all the best for racing today. It's going to be great. Come down to Vazon. It's going to be happening at 1:30. And looking on the beach now, the beach is very busy at the moment, isn't it? It's all being built behind me.
Well, putting the bikes up together, obviously, as Mitch said, a lot of the lads have never been here before. It's going to be a new experience for them. And like with all sorts, I'm sure Mitch would agree, often it's what you do in the pits area as much as what you do on the track that can win you the meeting, isn't it, Mitch?
Mitch, I know Colin just said no brakes, but what are the scrutineers doing? What are they looking for? They have to always be scrutinised, don't they?
Yeah, well, it's more of it's technically called a safety check.
Yeah.
Making sure you haven't got any broken spokes, making sure that there's no cracks to the frames. It's a general kind of safety check. there's also, because it's a British Championship, they'll also be checking the carburettors to make sure that no local Guernseymen have got a big carburettor on or anything.
Right.
You know, but no, it's trying to make it fair and also trying to make it safe. I mean, the sport's dangerous enough. I mean, I've broke my back on the beach here 2 years ago, so you know it can get a bit gnarly. But you know, they're just doing a safety check to make sure nothing apart from the existing danger happens. You know.
What about the safety gear for the rider, for lots of yourselves?
We either wear a full leather suit or a full Kevlar suit. They work very similar. And obviously there's back protection. You wear boots, gloves, helmets, goggles. Some people wear like an undersuit that's got padding in. But there's only so much you can do. You know, you can't wrap yourself in cotton wool or bubble wrap. You know, it's motorsport. It's inherently dangerous, and it's a lot of fun. But you know, it's kind of I've had this conversation with my wife and various different people, and it's kind of what you call acceptable risk. You know, for me, I've been doing this 23 years. This is acceptable risk for me, but you wouldn't get me on horse.
No, okay, fair enough. That's got no brakes either. No. Listen, guys, best of luck. Get out there, enjoy the day, and get yourself some trophies. Why not? BBC Radio Guernsey live. We are on the top of vistas down here at Vazon. Here's some music.
Dave Mears with me now. Dave, have you flown in as usual? Or was you just working on the bike?
No, we've had a real long day at work yesterday, 15-hour day. Started at 3 o'clock and went up to Mitch's, got in the van at 9 o'clock last night, fast tracked across on the sea cap at midnight or 3 o'clock or whatever it was, and that 3-hour skip in the car park, so well prepared.
Not a bad preparation for a veteran like yourself then, Dave?
It's alright, yeah, something like that, yeah.
Talking about last week's British Championship, you went extremely well. You've just said you made a mistake in the final, but apart from that, you must have been delighted the way you went last week.
Yeah, it's nice to keep up with the youngsters. I mean, it's only the second time this year on the 350. We've been playing, like, Mitch has been dragging me all over Europe, which has been good, because obviously I never went abroad when I was a kid, which we should have done, but so yeah, just enjoying it. And last week was just good to be in the sort of top 7 or 8 or wherever abouts and keeping up with the young ones. But
very interesting track there. It's almost like a mini Rhodes Minutes. I mean, they've had 1 or 2 tracks that haven't been so good in the past, but they found this one. If they can keep this going, it is a very good track, both for riders and spectators, isn't it?
I thought so. I mean, I thought the club done really well. Brilliant with the weather. I mean, typical Yorkshire, Cheshire, up that end of the world. We had rain Saturday night, which was good for us. Kept the dust down to a minimum. Shame a couple of little accidents where the club rolled it, which is what you like to see. Brought the moisture up, then the sun come out, which is strange in Yorkshire, isn't it? Yeah. And then it's just got a little bit dusty for the final. That would be the only criticism. But apart from that, the club done brilliant, I thought.
Going back to today, great there's so many youngsters over here, first time over here, exciting youngsters, Zach Whitaker, Callum Walker, James Shane, and these lads, we've got to get interested in this sort of thing. These sort of events, won't you?
Oh yeah, they'll be probably hard to keep up with, so it's a shame for us old boys, because obviously it knocks us further down the field, but it's so different out there. I mean, this is only my 3rd attempt, or maybe a 4th attempt at it, but it's such a learning curve. You think, oh, it's just like speedway or grass track. It's not. Water, that sea salt gets in everywhere, and you can be Mr. Consistent, make the final, or you can be bloody brilliant, or excuse me French, be really brilliant, and a little bit of sea salt somewhere, and it just ruins your day. But yeah, it's good, it's real good fun, lovely to ride, and the club do brilliant here as well.
I think it's fair to say this is the 10th one. This is probably the best entry they've put together so far, isn't it?
Yeah, I did look on the internet sort of Wednesday night and thought, why am I there? But no, seriously, no, it does look really good. So yeah, hopefully it stays weather good, the crowd comes out, and it's good racing.
Thanks so much, Dave.
No
Best of
worries.
luck today.
Okay, thank you very much. Cheers.
Charlie barefoot on the beach, sorting the bike out. That's the way they do it on there for the sand racing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I think it feels like home, really. Like being in Lanzarote and all that. Shame we couldn't do it over there. So.
First appearance, I think, on the sand for you this time, isn't it?
No, first appearance last year. Had a go in last year and just missed out on the A final. So hopefully make the A final this time.
I would say looking to make that A final today.
Yeah, definitely want to score some points and make the A final and try and do something good in the A final. Really.
A little bit of experience with Eastbourne on the speedway this year. How's that been going?
I haven't actually rode for Eastbourne. I've done the Sussex Championships and I'm an asset to them. But I did do Birmingham the other night as a guest for them and scored 8+1 in my first ever National League meeting. So
you must be extremely pleased with that then, particularly on an away track.
Yeah, well it was good for me and my phone hasn't stopped ringing, so hopefully it'll be start something good.
Does that mean we might lose you on the grass? Because this is the problem, so many of the youngsters now with the National League running a lot of teams, they are going to the speedway. We're seeing less and less of them on the grass track, aren't we?
No, you're not going to lose me. I said if it crashes the grass track I won't ride, so that was my only input to anything.
Well, that's absolutely brilliant that you are standing by the grass track, and obviously this is something totally different today. It's a unique surface out here because until the tide goes back in you don't know exactly what you're going to be racing on, do you?
No, all you can say is sand is the beach, so there's nothing really you can do apart from waterproof your bike. It's nothing like an English grass track, so it's the same for everyone, I think. Which is
special preparation today or just a normal?
It's an old bike. It's not. I won't get my new bike. It's all salty, so choose the old bike and enjoy the day really.
Thanks for having with us. For our best luck today. Thank you very much indeed. Aaron with me now. Aaron, again on the Vazon Beach, looking for a much better day today.
Absolutely, I love coming back to Vazon. The club are always glad to have me back. I'm always glad to be back. It's a great track. It's great to be here. People are great. What more can I say?
And you know, this is the 10th one. It's probably the best entry they've ever put together, isn't it, for today's meeting?
Absolutely. Every year the lineup gets better and better. The club always do well to bring in the good riders, and yeah, they always put on a cracking event, and hopefully the crowd later on will pay dividends to the club.
I think the thing is with the riders, not only the racing, it's the social thing. There's that superb evening this evening with the presentation, the meal, you go up to the castle last evening. It's become sort of almost a pilgrimage for you riders, hasn't it?
Absolutely, it's like our version of Cardiff for the grass track world. When the British boys come over, all the people of Guernsey, they make us feel so welcome. And like you say, it's a great social event. We just go and enjoy ourselves and have a good time, and it's great. We love coming over here.
It's a pity really that we don't get received so well in the towns and villages with the grass track in England. Most people don't want you there, but they fall over backwards to make sure you keep coming back, don't they?
It is a shame. Unfortunately, in England, like you say, there's lots of red tape, lots of people that want to put in the complaints and not really want to see grass track flourish in England. But it is a real shame because there's so much potential at the clubs to do well. But unfortunately, like you say, they're just held back by the people that don't really want it to happen.
Now, are we going to see a new look Aaron Pease today, or are we going to be saying the immortal words, well, there's always something happening when Aaron's out there, or what do you think is going to happen today?
Well, there's always something when I'm on the track here. There's, thankfully, I'm not going to jinx myself, but this every time I've been here, I've always stayed on, always done consistently well. Had a bit of a grief in 2013 when I came here, but that was just mechanical gremlins and me not being prepared. But since then, we've had no problems at all. Bikes have always worked well. I've always gone well around here. It's a track that suits my style. I just love riding it. Honestly, if I could be out here every 2 weeks doing the club meetings, I would happily be here.
Thanks very much indeed, Aaron.
No
Best of
worries.
luck today.
Thank you very much.
James Shane's with me now. James, obviously looking forward to today's meeting.
Yeah, it's going to be a different challenge. I've never ridden on a beach before, but I'll ride it sunbathe at the moment, but I'm going to have a new experience, something else I haven't done, so hopefully I can do alright today.
Everything must be a bit of a whirl at the moment. You've progressed so much this year, and of course going back a week, you're over in Germany as part of being that successful England World Team Cup squad.
Yeah, this year's just unbelievable. I said at the start of the year, I just want to have a repeat of last year. I didn't expect to be in half the situation I've been, I'm getting meetings abroad more frequently at the moment, and to be a part of Team GB when they won, I know I didn't get the chance to ride, but I played my part, I did what I had to do, and it was such an amazing feeling to be part of it. And Mitch Godden off cloud nine. He's still like happy as Larry at the moment. I don't think any of us have, to be honest.
And obviously, you said you didn't ride, but you must have learned so much going over there.
Yeah, I did all the practice sessions, and I went out with I followed the top riders like Andrew, Glenn, and Richard, and a couple of the sessions to see what they ride, and I learned a lot off them. And to have Mitch turn around and say he had the full confidence to put me in if he needed me was a big pat on the back, and I'm proud to say that I was part of GB and to win it. That's a big tick on my list.
And going back to today, it's good. There's yourself, there's that Wajtknecht, Callum Walker, all the youngsters coming over. I mean, they get this bigger and better every year, and the youngsters can make a go of it. They're going to keep wanting to come back to event like this, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, like I've seen videos of like the last couple of years, and it's been well run. Obviously, like, Dad knows a lot of people that live over here, and they say it's amazing what you come to. And I was invited last year, but for years I couldn't do it, and now I've got the chance to do it. And like I said, all the young riders that are here, you know, we've got Thomas Jorgensen like flying over at the moment. I believe. It's a brilliant atmosphere. I mean, it should be a cracking meet. I can't tell who's going to win. I don't think anyone knows who's going to win today.
And the other pleasing thing, you're always made so welcome when you come here, aren't you? They
Yeah.
fall over backwards to do everything they can for you and make you part of the thing and make sure you have a very enjoyable time.
Yeah, we came in, we got the ferry over yesterday daytime, and then we went up to the castle down over in the bay, and they said about everything, and everyone's been so helpful. Everyone's saying, "Oh, I can stay at my house, stay here." It's been very welcoming, and so hopefully I'll get the chance to come back next year. All right.
Thanks, Zach. We'll have a good day today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Zach Wright, we've been over that. Zach, first of all, many congratulations on retaining your 250 crown at Cheshire last week.
Yeah, that was good to retain that, and it was all really good for Tom to get it as well. So yeah, obviously I didn't have a very good start, but I didn't ride my own bike, so I had to ride someone else's bike. But yeah, it all seemed to come together and work well.
That was going to be my next question, actually. You were a little bit subdued in your opening ride, but after that you were just uncatchable.
Yeah, I went to ride my my main bike, the one that I always ride. We just changed the engine, got the engine back, but it seemed to it just broke down for some reason. So I went out on Jack Dummett's bike, and it was a bit different. But yeah, in that first race I got some bits stuck behind, but it seemed to improve then. Yeah.
Track was a bit something different. I should imagine you've never ridden a track quite like that before.
No, well. It seems to suit a lot of. Well, it's trying to like show the riders really well. So like, it's better than having like I always say on speedway, it's better having something a bit like that makes you think about it than just like slick track and like that. Yeah.
And it makes it very interesting for the spectator. It's a lot of people call it a mini roads minish, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is something different. Just going around in the circle to go up there, race.
Yeah. I found it good too, and I thought it was a good track. Onto the sand. So, yeah.
Speedway's doing very, very well up in the team for Birmingham now, but still scoring a handful of points.
Yeah, I got a maximum Wednesday, and I've been starting to do some Heat 15, so that's good. And I've got a few Premier League offers that we're just going to stay in the National League this year, because I still want to do my grass. So got Morman next weekend, and a few more balls. So hopefully then next year we can improve even more.
And some very quick times in some of your Speedway heats as well. The two track records being pushed very close.
Yeah, we were at Birmingham against Cradley the other day. I managed to get the track record, but that was a bit scary, so we changed it a little bit, so I went a bit slower. But and then we went to Stoke. That was my first time at Stoke, and I was quite close to it there. But yeah, it was good. And just trying to enjoy both of them and keep them the same. But don't want to put one before the other. Grass traps still moving.
Well, that's good to hear you. I mean, you know, we need the youngsters still on the grass. I mean, we've just been talking to Charlie Powell. He's had all sorts of offers now, but he's going to still stick to his grass track racing, because unfortunately the youngsters go to Speedway and we lose them for the grass, don't we?
Yeah, but what it is, I don't think they understand that if you don't ride the grass, you don't ride the rough tracks and the deep tracks, you won't be as good as you will with Speedway. Like, for example, like Tom and stuff like that, they like riding on the rough grass track. I know when you get, maybe if you do come to a Speedway track that ain't always flat and slick and that, you make it easier for you kind of thing then.
Anyway, thanks very much. Have a good day today, and many congratulations on last week.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jack, another of the young riders having his first meeting. Looking forward to it today on the beach.
Yeah, it's a bit of experience, different to grass. Just see how it goes. Have a good ride, enjoy it.
Now, I think we've just been rumoured that you are having a good time. What happened at the karaoke then, Jack?
Oh, I think just had a nice sing-song. I just couldn't sing.
Nothing else more sinister than that then?
Nope.
Oh right, okay.
Everything was all good.
Okay. Obviously, a totally different technique for riding this to riding the normal grass tracks, isn't it? Any special preparation on the bikes?
Just silicone bike, put some tape round shit. Oh, can't say that. Yeah, just doing things.
Main thing is to keep as much of the salt and the spray out as possible, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, if it gets in anywhere, the bike's just going to die. So just keep it going.
They're laying out a very big track. It looks could be pretty quick out there today.
Hopefully, we'll just keep throttle wide open, keep it going, and just have a good day racing it.
Will that suit you if it's a bigger track?
Yeah, I don't like small tracks. You don't get enough speed. I'll get more speed on there quicker. Hopefully, have a good day.
Not the happiest of days last week at Cheshire, Jack.
No, I just couldn't get used to the track. I went down to 250 and I just couldn't seem to get hang of it. I just preferred 500. I think that was probably the last meeting I'd do on 250.
It's quite a technical track up there to race, isn't it?
Yeah, we go into the top corner and it was just like I don't even know what it's called. It was just
camber.
Yeah, it was just not one of those. But then on the other corner, it was all downhill, so I just couldn't get the hang of it.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good day today.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Callum Walker with me now. Callum, first appearance on the beach, along with the rest of the youngsters here today. You'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously, it's my debut on the sand, so be good to see where we are against all the other top boys like Mitch Godden and that. But nice big track for us today, so it should be good.
Is it difficult? Last week you're on the 250, you're back on the 500 again today. Is it a little bit difficult to keep 1 week on one and 1 week on the other?
Yeah, well, the 250 is a bit slow now, but I do like riding the 500, so we should be alright. Just get to grips with it in practice again and just get used to the feel for it and all the speed, so it should be fine.
Your first time over here, have you enjoyed it so far? The reception, the castle and everything, you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it's quite a nice welcome into the castle down at by the St Paul Pier, but yeah, it was good, and then we should have a good night tonight as well, so it's been good that they've welcomed us all over properly and feel welcome.
And looking forward to a good disappointment last week, looking forward to a good day today.
Yeah, hopefully we should have a better day than we did last week, because we did have a bit of a crap weekend, but hopefully we should do better today.
Is that the end of you on the 250 now after the British Championship? Gone straight to the 500?
We got one more meeting down in Roach in Cornwall, and then we've got the World 250 in Vector in 12th of September in Germany. So, but that after the World, that'll be our last one on the 250, and then we'll just concentrate on the 500.
Thanks very much. We'll have a good day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers. 5 times winning Mitch Godden. Mitch, obviously your second home today over in Guernsey.
Yeah, I love it here. This is our 10th trip. We started in 2006, and we're fortunate enough to have a few victories on the way. And I've always been made to feel very welcome. It's a lovely place, and I really enjoy coming back.
I think probably the lineup today is as tough as it's ever been. Would you agree with that?
It's been tough in the past. Whoever's had to win it has had to win it. You've got to beat everyone on the day. I think the difference today is you've got a lot of youngsters that don't weigh very much, and they're going to be like little rockets around here. For some of them it is their first time. They might have trouble. Maybe they haven't gone into into a corner that's got 6 inches of water in it. Or maybe their bike preparation. There's certain things that you've got to do for today that's a bit special. So, one or two of them are going to have problems. One or two of them aren't. But they're all going to be fast.
I think from your own point of view, started on this 500 sidecar, it's been a new lease of life for you, because you are riding superbly well on that 500 sidecar, aren't you?
Yeah, I try and ride as best as I can everywhere. I mean, with the chair thing, it started probably 5 or 6 years ago when I was mowing the lawn at home, and I heard a sidecar going around College Street, and I rocked up there in my car, and Josh was having his first try out on the sidecar, and Bob and Mal were all there, and they said, well, look, do you want to have a go? And I was in my jeans and my hoodie, and I found a crash helmet, and I had a few laps around College Street, and I was kind of a little bit hooked then. Someone asked me to describe it, and I said it kind of felt dangerously natural. Not that it was dangerous and not that it was natural, but it kind of just felt right. And it wasn't until like last year we was in the pub and we was having a few drinks, and we got a bit of a bet on, and it ended up that if there was a meeting come up at the end of last year, I was going to enter it, and with Tash, and he was on Tash's bike, and we did it at Danebury, and we had a really good day, and it's kind of snowballed a little bit from there.
Do you think riding that will prolong your racing career?
Not really. When I decide I've had enough, I'm going to have enough. I did once say that I was going to stop when I was 40. Well, I was 40 in February, and I also got reminded that I said I was going to stop when I was 40. But all the time you're having fun, and you're riding good and you're enjoying it. I want to do it. But as soon as the fun's gone, then I'm gone.
Talking of fun, you've been racing a long time. Probably one of the proudest moments of your entire racing career, even though you weren't racing, was when England won that World Team Cup last week.
We had an amazing day. It was a massive team effort from Andrew, Glenn, Richard, and James was reserve as well. But also not just that. It was in the pipeline. We went to Finland last year and we got really unlucky. Richard had a chain off and various things happened. But the team building that we had last year was absolutely magnificent. I think the boys, in Swingfield, we kind of got our pants pulled down by the French in the first race, and then at the end of the meeting we were the strongest team, but it's too late, And I think that also the disappointment of Swingfield and the disappointment of Sam McCare the year before, and what happened in Finland last year, just gave them the extra bit to be a world champion, and they were magnificent.
And to go to Germany and do it over there probably made it even more impressive, didn't it?
It did, and we went there as the underdogs. There was no sort of bravado about us, and there was no expectation. And we're British. That's you build us up, and then they're almost ready to knock us down before we get there. So we kind of liked going there, going under the radar, and getting a job done. And hearing the national anthem at the end was a massive moment.
And obviously, I think that this year is the end of your thing. Do you think you'll get the job again now after winning it over there?
Basically, I had a FIM clerk of the course licence, which I had to do with the ACU, and that expires after 3 years. So effectively, after my 3 years was up, it opens the roll up for other people if they want to put themselves forward. But I've really enjoyed my time with the team, and to be honest, I don't really want it to end. I think we can, I think the next year it's in Mariinsky Lázny in Czech Republic, and I think we can go there again under the radar and do it again, and I want to be a part of that, I get on very well with all the lads, and if it's someone else, so be. But it's something I want to do, and I've got unfinished business.
Thanks very much, Evan Wills. Congratulations on last week, and the best of luck today.
Thank you.
Neal Owen, Neal, I know you absolutely love coming over here to Guernsey, and beautiful day today. Everything's set fair for a cracking day, isn't it?
Yes, it's great. Can't wait for this sea to go out and get onto the track. I have this morning. I did walk the track this morning, but it was still.
How much water was on it then, Neal?
It was about 10 foot of water on it, then, so I didn't see much of it.
That's one of the things over here, because no matter how many times you come here, until the water goes out, you don't know what you're going to be racing on, do you?
No, that's right. I was speaking to Mike, and he reckons there's about 10 inches more sand here this year than last year. I don't know how he knows that, but that's what he says, 10 inches more.
Overall, it's not been a bad year for you so far this year, Neal?
A bit late starting as usual, but we've done a lot of changes, and it's probably the best setup that we've had coming over here. Wimborne 2 weeks ago, we tried a few things and they worked, so we're just bringing them over here. I'm looking forward to this.
And not the easiest of tracks at Wimborne, but you're one of the few thousand sidecars that seem to like that track.
Yeah, it's grass track. You just got to adapt yourself and ride the track. We can all moan about different things, but you just got to get on with it.
And you're forming a good partnership with Jason now. You know one another now, and it's beginning to gel, isn't it?
Yeah. When Wayne Rickards was on with us, then he had an injury, but he made a decision then to sort of have a bit of time out. So Jason stepped on to help us out, but now we've teamed up now, and it seems like we settled down together, and we're just going to get stronger.
Looking forward to a rostrum place today, possibly?
Oh yes, top 3 is definitely on the cards.
Some good crews
yes,
here today.
Yeah, we're going to really try hard.
Thanks, everyone. Best of luck. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks, Neal.
Right.
Well, Winterburn Liam Brown, Masters champion. Rod, looking forward to it today as a former champion.
Yeah,
yeah, it's going to be good. It's a good weekend. I don't know how we're going to go. I've been 3 quarters now. I get my Cavaliers on, with cramp in my feet and my legs. So, but we've got them on now. We had a problem with the bike already. We've got over that. So it's we're just going to give it its best shot.
You haven't done too much racing this year, neither, have you? Is that by choice or by other things?
That's good.
Oh right. Well, not from the spectators' point of view, isn't it?
Well, no, it isn't. No, but no, work commitments and the travelling's the main thing. You know, when you're not finishing work 4 and 5 o'clock on a Saturday, then you've got to get all your kit ready, and then you've got to set off down to Kent. You know, 6 hours down there. It's a long way. So, but I'll be seeing more of us shortly. Good.
Liam, although Rod hasn't been busy, you've been extremely busy.
Yeah, just keeping up as normal, just here, there, and everywhere.
And obviously the delight, reigning European 500 sidecar champion, now British champion as well, all in the 12 months. You become Masters champion, European champion, now British 500 sidecar champion. Tremendous 12 months for you.
Yeah, I've had a sort of a good season. It's just, you got to put the time in, and like with these, it's just so much time just to get them ready for one meeting, and then it's like you're all week getting them ready for the next meeting, and then you've got to commit to it really. And just got no time for anything else.
Very quiet opening ride last week at Cheshire, but from then on it just got better and better and better.
Yeah, well, we took the new bike out, and we've never done up as of yet on the new bike, and it just still didn't do anything. And so we just got Old Faithful out, and happy with it really. Just stuck to what we know.
What's the next fast track minute for you then, Rod? You say you might be getting a little bit busy. What's coming up in the not too distant future back at home?
We've got a weekend off next weekend, which we'll have to do because these will have to be stripped and cleaned and rebuilt. Get all this sand out. And then we're a Cornwall weekend after that. So, and then we've nothing planned after that. We'll just go with the flow really.
I don't know if you've heard this, but the rumour was back in England that Rob Bradley was going to go out on at Wainfleet tomorrow, first time out this season, but our information is since we've been here, they've put the bike together and isn't going properly, and so he won't be there. Do you have any idea about that, Rod? I know he's a close friend of yours.
Rob rang me the other day, said he didn't have to, I don't know whether he's got it running or not, but he said he hadn't finished it properly, so he says there's no point taking it half-hearted, so he's pulled out of Wainfleet, so that'll be a blow for Wainfleet, but Rob won't take it until it's right, and knowing Rob, it will be right when he gets it there.
Exactly, I mean,
unfortunately.
But he's like you, he's busy, you know, and he like yourself there, being rude, he's not exactly in the first flush of youth, it's just fitting everything in, Rod, isn't it?
It is, yeah, especially when you do it all yourself, you know, I mean, you know, everybody's working, every time you've done like a 12 or a 14-hour shift or whatever you do, and then to come, you know, down to the yard and then start messing with bikes and stripping and thing, it's just, you know, it makes a big day out of everything, so, and you all sort of need to be there really together to work on it, so you all know what you're doing, because we all have different things that we do, so it all has to be right. So we made a mistake with this one already. It's been loaded up with the fuel taps left on. It's filled the cylinders up with fuel, so that's a mistake straight away. But it's just because, you know, we've no time, you know, and everybody's busy at work, so we'll do what's best.
And obviously determined to retain that British Masters crown again later on in the season.
I might be there, I don't know.
Thanks, lads. Have a good day today.
Yeah,
thank you very much indeed.
181 Maxwell comes out of the parade. Rob Fortune, Rob going extremely well, the English grass taxi. Josh Dingle, Dave Mears and Rodney McDonald, many times runner-up. Daniel Winterton, always a visitor here. Number 70. Coming round there, number 109 is that Wajtknecht, the British champion crown last week on the 250 class. I can see James Wright up the back of the grid, number 36, RMP's 200, Scott Cresswell, 171. Andrew Whitaker making his debut here this afternoon. Defending champion number 142, Rob Wilson and Rodney steers the chair, carry Shearer, one of the up-and-coming players in the country. He'll be extremely quick this afternoon. 92, Charlie Powell on the solo, his second visit here to the beach. Number 80, Will Offen and Nicky Owen, they always go very, very well here on this super sand track. That's Will Offen and Nicky Owen come round on the lap of one of the chairs. And we've got Gareth Winterburn and Billy Winterburn, Britain's number 3 crew. And just behind them we've got the top crew in England, the reigning British Masters champion, number 48, Rob Winterburn and Liam Brown. And we've got number 3, Lee Jones and Ian Hawley in the chair. So number 8 comes back, they've got Will Penfold, number 22, and Ricky Payne. They were crowned British champions in the left-hand side card at the British Championship for last week. Number 12, Neal Owen and Jason Powell coming round on the sidecar. Some of the solos starting to go back. Number 33, Jack Nelson. Number 5, Rob Fortune. 107, Josh Dingle. Number 2, Anthony Bougourd. Number 12, Daniel Winterton. Jamie Griffiths, number 70, won the local landing operation today. Then we got number 93, James Shanes, of course, a member of that England World Team Cup winning squad in Germany last weekend. Robbie Wilson, defending champion. Number 1, Colin T, the reserve, Callum Walker, former British youth champion. Number 47, Gareth Shearer, that Wajtknecht, the new British 250 champion. Number 71, James Wright, will be really quick this afternoon. 200, Scott Cresswell. 1/7 round to Whitaker, Gareth Winterburn there. Number 36, Aaron Pease, complete with the sunglasses. Then we got 93, Charlie Powell. Sidecars coming back on there. That's Henley Jones and Ian Hawley. Locker and Nicky Owen, number 18. Number 4, Peter Lloyd. Nick Wilson in the chair there with Peter Lloyd this afternoon. Number 22, that's Will Penfold and Ricky Pay. They were crowned British left-hand sidecar champions at Cheshire last week. They're on 1000cc, but go the other way round. They are very, very unique indeed. Perhaps one day they'll be here at the beach in Vazon. Then number 12, Neal Owen and Jason Farwell. Number 48, Rod Winterburn, Liam Brown. Rod is a Masters champion. Liam is past year is Masters champion. He's also European and British 500 sidecar champion as well. Mixed stakes, Joshua Edwards, number 18. different on-track starts rather than most of the grass tracks. Then they go off the track to do the start. These are on-track starts here today. Then Cleo leads them out, and we've got Rob Fortune holding some superb Speedway leathers. Jack Nelson, number 33, must be happy with that little practice session he had. James Wright, Rodney McDonald, many times runner-up here, and of course Bob Team. That's what is coming out for race number 1. Scott Cresswell at the moment then. Rider number 200, we need you on the start line immediately please, rider number 200. Time allowance slipping away then for the Scott Cresswell, rider number 200 for race number 1. Just see if the being pushed off with his hand now, but every time they've got the time allowance. Start assembled then for the first race of the 2015 BCU British Sundays Championship. Fortune right on the inside. Jack Nelson towards the middle, Rodney McDonald inside him. Scott Cresswell comes on the inside of Dave Cleo, and it's James Wright right on the outside for race number 1 as the riders coming to line for the first bit of action in race number 1. So those 2015 Sundays Championship. Fortune's gone through the third place now, Snow's up fourth place, that's the top 4 going into that far corner for the first time, and Fortune trying to close the gap on the lead in 2. Let's go on, take the wide road, seventh place and Cresswell pulls in on first corner as McDonald leads going down that back straight once again. Wright start to close the gap in second place. The gap is definitely closing between first and second place. Top 41 leaders down that back straight once again. Donald leads in this and Wright trying to close the gap in second. Fortune control in third. Nelson is in fourth place. Top 41 leads up on that far side. Across that far side line, it just closed the gap slightly up. Result then of race number 1, we give you the points as we are using the grid program. Rider number 8, Dave Cleo, 4 points. Number 17, Bob Teed, 5 points. Number 71, James Wright, 7 points. Number 5, Rob Fortune, 6 points. Number 33, Jack Nelson, no points. And number 14, Rodney McDonald, 9 points. Number 200, Scott Cresswell, no points. We go on then to race number 2 then, number 107 Josh Dingle, number 12 Daniel Winterton, number 267 Thomas Jorgensen, number 181 Matt Saul, number 2 Anthony Bougourd, number 17 Jamie Griffiths, and number 93 James James. Those are orders in action then for race number 2. Riders coming in then, Thomas Jorgensen, the first rider to move into line. Dan Winterton right over on the outside, Josh Dingle towards the inside. Anthony Bougourd goes inside Thomas Jorgensen. James Change in the middle of the grid. Matt Saul has gone back to the pit box. Matt Saul has gone back to the pit box. On his way back, so the riders can assemble again for the start of race number 2 of the solo action. Now they're all being called back into line for the start of race number 2. They've got the 7 riders coming up into line. The first one to come up is number 6, Anthony Bougourd towards the inside. The Jorgensen and the out of Anthony Bougourd. Josh Dingle goes right to the inside. Matt Saul over on the outside line. James Change inside. Jamie Griffiths in the middle of the grid. By Josh Dingle, he's come right through the second place. He's changed to the race minute now. The second place lap of the 2 of that race leader is James Change. Bougourd again back way on the outside, but he takes out third place Richard. The shade leads, Dingle's closed the gap slightly there in second. Bougourd on that side, is on the third, with Winston in fourth place. These four are long way to the back up in number 2. Problems in fourth place, so all sorts of problems in race number 2. There's James Shane there, he's gone to that back straight 14 more time. This Dingle's got the second, Bougourd in third, so just 3 finishes out of the 7 in race number 2. There's James Shane picks up in second place, Anthony Bougourd comes across the line in third place. So very eventful then, race number 2, and it's won by number 93, James Change. He scores 9 points. I do the top, apologies for that. So it's 107, Josh Dingle, 7 points. Number 12, Daniel Winterton, no points. Number 267, Thomas Jorgensen, no points. 181, Matt Saul, no points. Number 2, Anthony Bougourd, 6 points. Number 70, Jamie Griffiths, no points. And number 93, James Chains, 9 points. And we go to race number 3 for the solo, 36 Aaron Pease, 171 Andrew Whitaker, number 9 Mitch Godden, number 109 Zach Whitaker, 92, Charlie Powell, 19, Dave Mears, and 47, Callum Walker. So they come in the gate then, for this one Dave Mears, they're going to go on the inside. Got Zach Whitaker, one from the outside, Charlie Powell run on the outside. Callum Walker, three from the outside, Aaron Peters in there, then Zach Whitaker, Josh Mitch Godden, the last rider to come into line, and nobody got one from the inside, Zach Whitaker, the third in solo action. Zach Whitaker's gone third in second place, and these two are getting away from the remainder of the field. This is in that top corner for the first time. It's gone with a 4-bike advantage over Wajtknecht. One of the riders is pulling over that far side of the track. Got stopped by Wajtknecht. Once again, fantastic action between these two. It's Wright on the inside. Scott again making a bit around the outside. Wajtknecht comes back through on the inside. Super ride by Zach Whitaker. This found your way through on the inside. Mitch Godden. Look at the speed of Wajtknecht going into that mark up there. Up on that top corner. Tremendous ride there, Wajtknecht. Whitaker is 4th, Aaron Pease in 5, Callum Walker in 6th place. Race number 3, your points from the top then. Number 36, Aaron Pease, 4 points. Number 171, Andrew Whitaker, 5 points. Number 9, Mitch Godden, 7 points. Number 109, Zach Wajtknecht, 9 points. Number 92, Charlie Powell, no points. Number 19, Dave Mears, 6 points. And number 47, Callum Walker, 3 points. But what a fantastic debut. Winning ride there for Zach Wajtknecht in race number 3. Number 3, Lee Jones. Number 12, Neal Owen. Number 48, Rod Winterburn. Number 49, Gareth Winterburn. So the Winterburn father and son combination clash in the opening heat. They look very, very quick in practice, as did number 12, Neal Owen. So we should be in for a storming heat of sidecar action in the very, very first race. Son Gareth finished number 3. Big Stace coming out there, number 18. Lee Jones and Neal Owen, the last crew to come into line then for race number 4, which should be a terrific pace setter for the big chair action this afternoon. Rod Winterburn coming straight up in the line straight away. Gareth turns back from the start. Big Stace has got the inside grid there, comes up to the, I mean, one for the inside is Gareth Winter on the inside. Big Stace has got gate 2, Rod Winterburn gate 3. Neal Owen gate 4, Lee Jones is on the outside in grid number 5 for the first in a big chair action. Could be a cracking first corner, that top 3 get away together. They could still be together going into that first corner. We wait for Neal Owen to move into line in grid number 4. first time. It's Gareth the lead in, Rod holding that second place. Gareth's got right. Number 12, Neal Owen, Powell, 6 points. Number 48, Winterburn, Liam Brown, 7 points. And number 49, Gareth and Billy Winterburn, 9 points. Number 4, Peter Lloyd and Nick Wilson. Number 42, Robbie Wilson, Bradley Steer, the defending champions. Number 8, Gary Shearer, Sam Bond. And they could be pretty quick here this afternoon, their debut on the beach here. And number 80, Will Offen and Nicky Owen. Another rapidly improving proven action in this particular heat. Peter Lloyd in third place last year. Robbie Wilson won it with Rob Wilson in second. Rob, of course, not here with us today. On his way to Cardiff for the Grand Prix as Peter Lloyd's the first rider to come into line. Gary Shearer then joins him in the middle of the grid. Will Offen goes in between these two. Robbie Wilson leading out grid 1 or grid 2 as they come into line. Will Penfold front on the outside of the 5. It's the inside grid there for Robbie Wilson, so he's on 1 with Lloyd on 2. Shearer on 3. Offen on 4. Penfold on grid number 5. Into line for race 5, second into the big chair action. In the second place, Robbie Wilson and changes it, she's going up the back straight for the first time. Peter Lloyd is hit the front, going up that back straight lap. Then one he's really getting away now. Super first corner there by Peter Lloyd. That's about him. To hit the front, looks like Will Offen holding that second place. Second, Gary Shearer's got the third. Robbie Wilson now starting to close the gap in fourth place. They complete number 2. It's second and fourth, it was completely filled in with spray as they came by to complete that lap. But Peter Lloyd stumping away at the front end. Wilson's consolidating that second. Wilson's got the third. Shearer back in the action again. Back round the outside to retake third place, the best action for third and fourth place. Wilson's gone back for to retake the third, but one a very impressive win run. This is more people already went back to the jazz. Will Offen and Nicky Owen for the Your results then for race number 5. Number 22, Will Offen, Ricky Payne, 4 points. Number 4, Peter Lloyd and Nick Wilson, 9 points. Number 42, Robbie Wilson, Bradley Steer, 6 points. Number 8, Gary Shearer, Sam Bond, 5 points. And number 80, Will Offen, Nicky Owen, 7 points. Number 8, Dave Cleal, the next rider to come out. And we've got Callum Walker, number 47, the reserves coming out. That's Bob Peach, obviously somebody not coming out. We'll check on that one. No Daniel Winterton, but look at this. So number 1, Bob Peach, comes out for Daniel Winterton. That's a disaster there for Daniel. It's gone so well over the years in this sun racing, but obviously a major problem there for Daniel Winter. Reserve Bob Teen comes out rider number 1. Scott Crest on the outside, Callum Walker next to him, then Bob Teen. Aaron Pease moving into line, Jack Nelson. Somebody has collected Jack Nelson. 2 riders down in the big way over that far side of Jack Nelson. We're having a super ride there contesting the lead, but he has gone down and one of the riders has collected him in about 4th place at the moment. That's quite a high speed crash on that far corner. Jack Nelson's gone down. I think it's Aaron Pease that's collected him there on that far end. It's a long way away, but that's how it looked here. But Jack was going extremely well there when he came down. I think Aaron collected the machinery rather than collecting the fallen rider. Where you can see there is a lot of activity still going on in that area. You can see the people working there on Aaron Pease, but the other element is right by the side there of Jack Nelson. As soon as we get any news we will relay it to you, but at the moment we don't know exactly what the injuries are. If there are any injuries at all, we hope they're just winded, because we don't want any of the riders getting hurt at all this afternoon. Back into line then for the rerun of race number 6. Dave Cleal was having a super scrap there with Jack Nelson when the race was first started. He comes back in the rerun. Colin teed in for Daniel Winterton with machine problems in his first ride. That's 3 riders. Number 200 Scott Cresswell comes back into line. And I can see Callum Walker just leaving the pits now, so obviously Jack Nelson's not out, Aaron Pease is not out. Colin Teed comes in as a replacement for Daniel Winterton. So as they come into line then, they start to form up in the grid, the rerun of race at number 6. Scott Cresswell run on the outside. We've got Matt Saul going through onto the inside gate. Then we've got Dave Cleal, then Colin Teed and Callum Walker on the inside of Scott Cresswell. So 5 runners in for the rerun of race at number 6. place and building himself a big lead at the moment. And Matt Sauce comes to know to go through that third place position. But Callum Walker's a man to watch at the moment. He's clear that top corner for the first time. Disappointing only rather clutch problems. He's making it get retake that second place position. Clearly is relegated at third. Saul in fourth and Teed in position number 5. That's the 5 runners, but Callum Walker increases lead with every turn of the wheel while in control. This rerun of race number 6. Big lead in the front. Second place position. Still Clearly's got the third. Saul is in 4th. Teed is in 5. 5 equidence between these 5. And the lead is in the lap straight on lap number 3 then. Increases lead with every turn of the wheel. Having a good ride there in that second place position. He's got the third. Saul is 14. 5. Morgan takes the last up. He goes on. Scott Cresswell using every inch of track there in second place. And Dave Cleo start. The runs him down now for that second place position. We move into the pits corner once again. Saul has got 4. He is in 5. Walker's at that final corner. And the second place runner, Scott Cresswell, leads the pits corner. Managing first place runner has got. It's a good win there for number 47, Callum Walker. Scott Cresswell is going to pick up his second place position. Cresswell gets second. In place. Your points for the rerun of race number 6. Number 36, Aaron Pease, no points. Number 8, Dave Cleal, 6 points. Number 1, Colin Teed, 4 points. He comes in as a reserve for Daniel Winterton. Daniel Winterton scores no points. Number 33, Jack Nelson, no points. 181, Matt Saul, 5 points. Number 200, Scott Cresswell, 7 points. And number 47, Callum Walker, 9 points. And we go then to race 7 with Bob Teed, Tom Jorgensen, Rob Fortune got a good third place in his first outing. Mitch Godden got an excellent second. Anthony Bougourd picked up also a third place. Dave Mears had a good ride, and James James, of course, was the impressive winner first time out. They come into line then for race number 7. Should be intriguing. Race number 7. Well-placed riders in the opening ride going to contest this race number 7. Have they got the speed to keep up with James Shames, who won his opening race in Storming Storm? Thomas Jorgensen comes out for his second outing, so Mitch Godden's the first rider to come into line. Dave Mears comes in alongside him. Anthony Bougourd goes for the one for the inside. Rob Fortune comes on the inside, and Jorgensen comes inside him. So Jorgensen, Fortune, Bougourd, the inside bit, Mitch Godden, James Shames and Dave Mears towards the outside for race number 7. That corner bit the line then. Shames then coming out of that corner, but still holds his second place position as Godden leads him in James in second. Godden has got the third place position. Mears is in 4th spot. That's the top 4 in that spread, and top 4 they go for the first time. It's Godden Rob Fortune, and 7th place it is Bob Teed. In race 7, we'll give you the points then for race number 7. Number 17, Bob Teed, 2 points. Number 267, Tom Jorgensen, 4 points. Number 5, Rob Fortune, 3 points. Number 9, Mitch Godden, 9 points. Number 2, Anthony Bougourd, 6 points. Number 19, Dave Mears, 5 points. And number 93, James Shanes, 7 points. Right, you move on then to race number 8, should have been intriguing. Race number 8, Josh Dingle got a good 2nd place in his opening ride. Andrew Whitaker had a super opening ride as well. James Wright, he was 2nd in his first at Wajtknecht. Very impressive winner. First time out. Number 70 will be a non-start. He's got major bike problems and will not be running anymore in the meeting. That's number 70. And of course number 14, Rodney McDonald, also picked up a 1st place in his opening ride. So 2 riders who won their opening ride, 2 riders who finished 2nd, and Andrew Whitaker finished 3rd in his opening ride. So it should be some cracking racing in race number 8. James Wright, Rodney McDonald leading the round. Charlie Powell didn't complete his first day. He's turning back towards the pit. Josh Dingle, 107. Five riders were up missing Andrew Whitaker. And of course, we know Jamie Griffiths, so he should have 6 riders for this. So it's Andrew Whitaker we're waiting for to come into line for this race number 8. That Wajtknecht roll on the inside. Doesn't look as Andrew Whitaker's going to come out this time for race number 8, despite a very good opening ride. Josh Dingle goes alongside that Wajtknecht. Then we got James Wright, Rodney McDonald and Charlie Powell on the outside. That's the riders in race number 8. Dingle's gone from the third and Wajtknecht find himself in 5th to 5. What can Zach Wajtknecht do this time? They've found the back straight for the first time. It's Wright who's stolen a march to front of McDonald holding that 2nd place position. Dingle's got the 3rd. Wajtknecht's trying to come right down the outside of that top corner. Going to that back straight once again then for James Wright. Of course, the figure of its first race from the afternoon. Rodney McDonald's come out 2nd. Another good ride by Josh Dingle in 3rd. Zach Wajtknecht getting ever closer in 4. These 4 pulling away from Charlie Powell has got that 5th place position. Can put him up. Between 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Wright continues to dominate from the front. He's increasingly all the time. McDonald looks behind him. He's got Dingle in full cry in 3rd place and closing up on Rodney McDonald. The Wajtknecht's also closing the gap in 4th place. They're moving on to 4th place. Wright's got it solid for the front ding. McDonald holds that 2nd, but there goes Dingle through on the inside, relegating McDonald to 3rd. Wright is trying to come right there. Super action in race number 8. Right, the points then for race number 8. Number 107, Josh Dingle, 7 points. 171, no points. Number 17, James Wright, 9 points. 71, 9 points, James Wright.
And Van der Steen, one of the main organisers of this event, has loaned James Wright a bike for this afternoon. You can see how quickly James won it when he just won race number 8. That's a real quick equipment that James Wright has bothered. So number 71, James Wright, 9 points. Number 109, Wajtknecht, 5 points. 92, Charlie Powell, 4 points. Number 70, Jamie Griffiths, no points. And number 14, Rodney McDonald, 6 points. I'll be going back to sidecar action. Heat number 9, mixed stakes, Lee Jones, Neal Owen, Peter Lloyd, Gary Shearer. Peter Lloyd, very impressive winner first time, and he's towards the middle of the grid. Gary Shearer's on the outside of him. Mixed stakes goes inside Peter Lloyd. Neal Owen right on the inside. That's Lee Jones next to him. Then we got mixed stakes. Then Peter Lloyd, then Gary Shearer on the outside for race number 9, the start of the second leg of the big chair action. Shearer's got that third place, but Lloyd is still in the march going on the back straight. There's Neal Owen in fact who's still in the march, and he's going into that pit corner for the first time. Lloyd has got that second, Shearer's got the third. That's a Neal Owen's gone wide, he's got the big up on the inside. Peter Lloyd has gone for that gap. Neal Owen again stuck round the outside to retake the lead. Super action between these two. As Owen leads in for Lloyd in second, Shearer's dropping back in third place. Lloyd again trying to find a way through on the into Neal Owen on the exit from the pit corner. Shearer gets closer in third place. Jones has got the 4. Mixed stakes in position number 5 as they make the way the back straight once again then. It's Peter Lloyd looking to make it 2-2 in the heat to the big chairs. Neal Owen had a real good go there in second place. Gary Shearer's getting ever closer in third. Stays in five, pulling away, going down that back straight, pulling on with Nick Wilson in the chair. It's Neal Owen and Jason Powell holding that second place position. Gary Shearer and Sam Bond have got the third. Impressive stuff there for Peter Lloyd. He picks up his second winning line of the afternoon. Peter Lloyd wins race. Lee Jones at 5th place will be mixed stakes. Cracking sidecar action again there in race number 9, and the points as follows. Number 18 mixed stakes, Joshua Edwards, 4 points. Number 3 Lee Jones, Ian Hawley, 5 points. Number 12 Neal Owen, Jason Farwell, 7 points. Number 4 Peter Lloyd, Nick Wilson, 9 points. And number 8, Gary Shearer, Sam Bond, 6 points. Gareth and Billy Winterburn and Will Offen, so the Winterburns clash again in this race number 10, along with Robbie Wilson and Will Offen and Will Penfold, as we wait the riders come out with the pits then for race 10 of the big chairs. Anthony Bougourd has got 12, Rob Fortune 9, Dave Cleal 8, Mitch Godden 16. No points for Daniel Winterton, 15 for Rodney McDonald, 7 for Bob Teed, 11 for Dave Mears, no points for Jack Nelson, Aaron Pease has got 4, Callum Walker 12, Jamie Griffiths no point, James Wright 16, Charlie Powell 4, James Shane 16, Josh Dingle 14, Wajtknecht 14, Andrew Whitaker 5, Matt Saul 5, Scott Cresswell 7, Thomas Jorgensen 4, and Colin T, the reserve, 4 points. That's the solo points after 2 races, and the sidecars come into line then for race number 10. Will Penfold on the inside, then we've got Rod next to him, then we're going to have Robbie Wilson, then we've got Gareth Winterburn and Will Offen on
on the outside for what should be an intriguing race number 10. Some very quick crews in race 10. Straight the first time, it's Robbie leads to Gareth holding that second place position. Look at the lead they've built already over Robbie Wilson who goes through into third place. It's Rod Winterburn's time this time to lead, and he's gone right. Gareth on the inside. Fantastic between these two as they go on the back straight once again. Gareth on the inside, Rod again, full throttle around the outside, half a bite between these two as they go in that pits corner once again. Gareth make this move on the inside, Rod's got the speed around the outside. Can Gareth get through this time? Winterburn leads from Gareth Winterburn. These two a long way clear. Robbie Wilson third. Going up the back straight once again. Rod Winterburn and Liam Brown start the pull away at the front, and Gareth and Billy Winterburn holding that second place position. On the floor they go. Rod's got the measure of Gareth this time. That'll be two races and one win a piece of the two Winterburns going into that pitch corner for the final time. Rod has a bit of a nasty moment there. She's seen the snake underneath him, but Winterburn gets to win it right. Second place goes to Gareth Winterburn. Third is Robbie Wilson. Fifth place. Fabulous racing there in race number 10 between the two Winterburns. Absolutely super stuff there for first and second places. Your points as follows: Will Penfold and Ricky Pay, 4 points. Rod Winterburn, Liam Brown, 9 points. Number 42, Robbie Wilson, Bradley Steer, 6 points. Number 49, Gareth and Billy Winterburn, 7 points. And number 80, Will Offen and Nicky Owen, 5 points. Super sidecar action, both races 9 and